Okay, you guys, I usually just give a couple minutes, and then if they, oops, if they hop on a little bit later, that's okay. And I am going to record it for that anybody that you have joining your team over the next like week or two, that it will be on the page, and you guys can go back and listen to it for a reference. We usually are going like every 2 weeks, depending on where things are. I'm swatting at a bug. I'm swatting at a bug. You're like, what is happening? Okay, so I'm going to get started. Lindsay is on here with me tonight. You'll see her popping over. If you've never been on a Zoom, we use these all the times for trainings. They're so easy. You actually have access to the Zoom app for free. If you're not paying for it, you're just limited to how many people can be on it. And I think it kicks you off after like 40 minutes. But as you grow a team, this is something that you could also do just to help people answer questions, bounce ideas off each other, whatever. I love it because we get to build globally, but I also get to feel like I'm right here with you guys. So my name is Sarah O'Connell, and I'm an ambassador diamond, probably somewhere in your upline. And like I said, Lindsay is on here with me tonight. She's one of my besties that I made join me. I don't even know how many weeks in, but she was going to try to prove the rap wrong, but it kind of nipped her in the butt because it worked. So here she is, and she's going to help. She's a presidential diamond. If you guys have any questions at all as I'm going through this, I have to stay like one line thought process here. Otherwise, I'll go all over the place because I've been in this business for 6.5 years. So I have probably quite a bit of experience and knowledge to share with you, but I just want to give you the basics tonight of where to get started, because I feel like so many times you're so excited, right? You're excited about having hope, the possibilities of adding this extra income into whatever spot you were on or are in life. But you're also nervous because you're more than likely, you've probably never done anything like this. And you're thinking, where the heck do I start? So that is my goal tonight, is to show you exactly where to start. Because I want you to get started right off the bat. If there's one thing that I can tell you, people, we'll talk about tonight, but excitement on fire is so much better than any knowledge that you will ever have. Okay, so that is literally probably what built my business in the first few months, and you will learn so much as you go. But we could spout all this information off, but just like when you walk into a brand new job, the more hands-on you start getting, the better you get at it, the more confidence that you gain with each little win, and you learn a lot just from your people that you're talking to, asking questions. Like, you are going to learn so much more through that. So tonight, my goal is to get you set up on your eSuite, know what it has to offer you, because it's not just your website. It actually is in a complete like training. It has all your information that you ever need. We have apps. You guys, all you need to do this business is this. No joke. Just this. I very rarely actually ever use my computer, and I tell everybody, I'm like, that is probably why I've been able to be successful at this, because I'm not much of a sitter, and we're usually always on the go. And this business is just meant for that. And that is one thing I absolutely love. So a little bit about me. I'm a nurse, and I started this actually once our first kiddo, I have 2 little boys. Once our first one was like 4 or 5 months old, I barely just gotten back to work. And I just realized I was done working extra at the hospital. I didn't want to spend any more time away from him than I had to, but I still wanted the extra income. So I'm like, what is it that I could possibly do that doesn't make me have to clock in somewhere and spend more time away from my family, but I'm still also to work on our goals and pay for the extras like traveling or, the unknowns that kind of pop up without stressing about it or thinking, oh my gosh, you have to pick up 4 or 5 shifts in a week, which for me, you guys, I worked at a really busy hospital, and that meant like 14, 15 hours away. And my priorities and where I wanted to spend my time had changed. So I said yes to this without trying a single product. So if you're on here tonight and you have not tried anything, I just am here to tell you that it doesn't matter. It's not going to stop you unless you have that in your mind that it's going to stop you. You do not have to have tried a product to find success in this business. Eventually, you will get to try products and you are going to love them. And you just honestly just gives you a little bit more conviction behind what you're sharing. As you get to do that. But I had not done that. Lindsay had tried one wrap because I made her pay $25, and I'm going to teach you how to do that as well tonight. And so we kind of went from there. And honestly, you guys, I never in a million years thought that how the heck can you pay $99 and this can offer you more than my college degree could offer me? So, but crazy, it did. And so now I get to do this full time and I'm at home and I get to help you guys and help, you know, a lot of people hit a lot of goals that they have. So tonight we're just going to kind of get started on what to do with that. So here's a few things. You started. Do not wait for your kid to come. Okay. If there's one thing that I can stress after tonight, I want you to get on Facebook or whatever social media platform that you use. And I want to make sure that you're getting your posts out there and you're going to start sharing, because that is going to reach a whole lot more people than you have the ability to reach just from the contacts that are in your phone. Okay, so we're going to do that for sure tonight. That is something that probably fast-tracked things. The other thing that it's going to do is as people start seeing you post, for those of you that are like a little bit nervous to talk about it with people in person, it gets them to start coming to you. So because I was posting on social media, the people that I worked with were coming to me. They were asking like, who hijacked your Facebook? And I laughed because I'm like, no one hijacked it. Like, this is what I'm doing. And it was just an open door to share the business and why I was doing the business. And it just was an open door to share the products. And the truth is, you guys, you do not have to be a salesperson to find any success in this business. All you have to do is share, which people do all the time, except for you're going to get paid for it. And you have to be excited to help people. So whether it's their health goals or their financial goals, we have the answer to both of them. And honestly, I say go for both. So that is kind of what I did. So tonight, just know these things. I want you to ask questions. This is for you. This is not for me. I already know this information, have done this. I'm going to share with you how I got off and running. And I want to just share with you guys, honestly, if you follow our little 3-step system that we have right here, this little sheet is available in your eSuite. I'll show you that in a little bit. But if you can follow this and you are doing this every single month, you will be profiting $300 to $500 a month if you are doing this. Okay, that seems crazy, right? So I started this business with a goal of $500 a month, and that was my goal if I hit that in a year. Truthfully, I had no idea the possibilities of this business. So I always say maybe you're starting small and that's okay. But the one thing that I want to tell you tonight is start small, but believe big, okay? Because this can fast track so many of your goals. And honestly, you have the ability that even if you hit your goal, you have the ability, if you're willing to work for it, to literally triple your goal or even more in 1 month just by helping other people. And I just think the concept of that is so incredible. And I obviously love helping people anyways. That's just part of me as a nurse. But this has allowed me to reach people's lives in just such a different way and so many more people. So have fun with it. Have a lot of fun with it. The other thing, I want you to have your sponsor on speed dial. Like, you will have questions, okay? It's not if you do, you will have questions. And I do not want you to try to figure it all out on your own. I want you to ask. So if somebody's coming to you and they're saying, hey, do you have anything for this? Go ask. Don't just try to guess. Like, make sure we give them the right products, because if you have a happy customer, you might have a brand new teammate, and that teammate might be ready to run just like you're ready to go. Okay, so make sure you're asking questions. You are not here to know absolutely everything. And like I said, you don't have to do that. Stay plugged in. So first things first, you probably saw this on Rewiring. That is our team page. That is where you're going to see leaders, people sharing how they're signing loyal customers, people sharing how they're signing teammates, how they're literally completing this, okay, and going for different bonuses that you see that It Works has. So just know, make sure that you have your notifications on for that. So stay plugged in. It Works, you guys, has more tools now than we ever had. Okay, and we'll talk about that, of who to be following and that type of thing. So here's the first things that I want you to do. And I'm going to try to talk slowly because I get excited and I start talking fast. But I do want you to make little lists, and Lindsay can type them in the chat. If you guys see the little chat, she has it, so it should be orange down at the bottom. If you're on your phone, it's kind of a little bit harder to see, but you can start asking questions in here, and she'll usually type out kind of the list that I'm giving you. But here's what I want you to do. First things first, you guys, is log into your eSuite. So this is your back office. So you're going to go to your website, whatever you chose for your name, and you're going to log in with your ID number and then the password that you chose, okay? And I want you to get visuals in your hand, because as you hear us talk, as you hear us typing things and seeing things on Rewiring Rap Stars, and you're like, what the heck is that? If you can hear it and see it at the same time, it's going to make a lot more sense to all of you. Oh, she's just sharing on there. So see, this is why I can't watch the chat. I should turn it off because I just get really excited to be in there. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to do. You want to go in there. The first thing that it's going to prompt you to do is you're going to get like a little red strip on that first page that pops up. That is your dashboard. You need to go and you need to verify your tax information, okay? So that is going to take off the little commission hold. So if you see that by your name, that is what it is. It's not that you're in trouble. It's not that something wasn't put in there correctly. It's just that you need to just go verify that. And then once that's there, then I want you to go to the Documents tab, and I want you to print some things off in your eSuite, okay? So steps to success, this is literally the 3 steps that we follow every single month. So what you're going to do in your first month is what I still do 6.5 years later. That, you guys, this business is simple. So it does not veer from this ever, like ever, ever, ever. And you get to decide how many times that you want to do this, but I'm going to tell you that if you even do this one time every single month consecutively, and then you're teaching that to your team, you can go ambassador, which is the top rank and is a crazy average a month. It's pretty much like when I say believe big, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, because we were excited when we made $75 with our little fun side gig. So, but this is what you're going to do. So this is your steps to success. It looks like this. And I'm going to break this down for you tonight. I'm going to show you how doing just this, even without your commission check, you can bring in over $400. Okay? That's how awesome this business is. So first is steps to success. Next, I want you to print off your executive map. Okay, it looks like this. This is your first promotion. These little boxes that you see are people that are on your team that want to be brand ambassadors of It Works. These are distributors. So these are people that want to do the business and they want to not only use the product at discount, earn free product, but they also want to make some extra income. Okay, so this is your first one. This is executive. And then I want you to print off your Ruby map. This is, you guys, between these two, this is usually what people are starting this business for, which is an average between like $300 to $500 a month. Remember I told you this was my ultimate goal in a year. So you could tell I was starting, I had some fears. I obviously was a little bit skeptical. I was kind of unsure. But as I started doing this and realizing people, what I had to offer, people were wanting, I just decided to blow this out of the water. So I hope that you're excited to do the exact same thing. So here's your other one, is your Ruby map. And then the other one that really helped me understand things that I tell everybody to do is the BV list. So this is going to tell you exactly all of our products, and it lists on there, you guys, the retail price, the loyal customer price, and then the amount of bonus volume that each product is assigned. Usually, you guys, a product is like $1 is 1 in volume. Okay, so $1 per 1 in volume. Some of them are a little bit different, but I'm telling you, this is so, so nice. Okay, so I want you to print, those are the things that I want you to print off. So Lindsay will probably type that out and put that in there. But those are the main things that you need to kind of understand. The other thing that's in there that I want you to print off is your hundreds list and the memory jogger. So that is just going to start helping you think, like, who do I want to share this with? Who would I love to link arms with? So I always tell people, I'm like, as you're looking at some of these products, I want you to be thinking of people. Like, we hear people talk about being tired, not sleeping well. They want to lose weight. They want better energy, that they're needing extra money. They're stressed about this. This is your perfect opportunity to offer them a solution. That is what we are, you guys. Like, as an ambassador, we get to offer solutions all the time to people. And whether they want to take it or not is totally up to them, but that is our job as a distributor, okay? So I am going to show you, I'm going to share my screen for a second, because I'm just going to show you where I'm getting some of this. Hold on. I'm on my husband's computer, so this should be interesting. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put in my website. This is what your guys' website looks like. You probably already know because you've seen it. It says my internet connection's unstable. Okay, so you guys, you want to make sure that it says your name up here. I only put my phone number. I want people to be able to, that's where they're going to be able to reach me the fastest, not email, not any of that stuff, but you can put whatever you want. I just put this here because this is where I would prefer to be reached. And then make sure you have your picture, because here's the thing. Every time that you go and send somebody instructions on either how to order, you want to tell them to be looking for your info here so that they know that they're on the right site so that you get credit for it. If they mess up somehow with your name right here, it's going to shoot them to the normal just It Works website. We'll be able to find them, but just if you can have this, it's just going to help you, okay? It's just going to be a lot easier. So I'm going to log in. This is what I was talking about. Here's your login, your ID, and your password. And I'm just going to show you guys exactly where you can find all this stuff that we're talking about tonight. It's all at your fingertips. You guys, we don't have to like revamp or redo any of this stuff, okay? So this is your dashboard that I was talking about. This, you will have like, you will be prompted to do your tax information. Mine's obviously been verified plenty of times. So here, those documents that I was telling you, you guys, this is literally where you would go in and you type it in word for word what we put in the little list, like steps to success. I'll show you. My thing might be a little bit slow. Or maybe really slow. Okay. So you can put in here steps to success and it will do this and you can print it off. You can just download it over here. So same thing with your executive map, your Ruby map, the BV list, all that. It just goes right here. Okay, so then the next thing is your, let me make sure I'm doing this. Okay, is your auto ship. Okay, so this is really step one. You guys can see me over in the corner. I'm still sharing my screen with you, but I just want to show you this. So obviously you joined, right? So this is this month. If you just joined this month, welcome. You just like invest the best $99 you could ever invest. I promise you that if you take advantage of it. So, but then the next month, you're not going to join again, right? So the next month you have your 80 BV auto ship. You guys, I'm going to be really honest. I remember that was probably the one thing that scared me. And I was like, why do I have to do that? And so I just want to tell you, trust the process. Trust what your sponsor is saying. They have a reason behind everything for you, okay? And I will tell you that I have ran an auto ship every single month since the day I started, and I've never veered from that. So, you know, when I see people try to like veer certain ways of this or that, I just want to know if you're looking for shortcuts, you're going to fall short. That is the best thing that I can tell you. So just trust the process, trust the 3 steps of what this is doing. Your auto ship, because we do not carry a lot of inventory whatsoever, your auto ship is the way that one of the ways that you can make wrap cash. And wrap cash is one of 5 ways that you can make an income with this business, okay? So here's mine. You guys, you can go in and you can edit yours. I'm obsessed with coffee. Let me see, I'm just gonna show you mine. But you want it to just be 80 BV. Okay, mine's over that, and that's fine if you would want to go over it, but I just want to show you. So I do the chocolate greens, and I do the big 4-pack of the keto coffee because I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Here, up here, you could change like your date that you want it to run, but you just want to make sure this is 80 BV, okay? So things that I put in mine in the beginning, or that I would tell my new distributors to put in, is I did wraps, because you know, if you have like wraps and greens, you sell those wraps and greens together with the discount that you get is probably like around 90 some dollars. If you sell the 4 wraps in your kit for $25 each, which is the retail price of it, you are already getting your greens paid for, plus you're already up one, plus the people trying the wraps are probably going to want a full pack of wraps, which is 4, and will sign up either as loyal customers or as distributors. This is how I made $1,100 just in wrap cash my first month in, because I hustled those wraps like a boss. So I tell people, I'm like, it's okay to have a little bit of fear. A little bit of fear kind of kicked my hiney straight into gear. Like I was like, I was a little bit scared, right? You're like, I don't want to lose any money. No one does. The awesome thing is I've never lost a dime in this business. And so I teach exactly what I did because it worked. And so You could do wraps and greens. You could do wraps and keto coffee. The greens on the go I did because I could, if somebody wanted to sample them, I could let them sample it. You know, if you can do those things. So anything that's in your auto ship, you can turn into wrap cash. So you get it at wholesale price. You would sell it at retail price. If you're wondering what those prices are, it is on the BV list that I told you about. Okay. So having this not only allows you to make wrap cash, and so I always tell people the difference. They're like, do I have to do the auto ship? You do not. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. However, that is the best way that I know how to teach you to make the most money. And it's also the one way that your sponsor and I know how to teach you to make right now money in your hand and not wait until the 15th to get your first commission check. And so, and I can tell you that as you start already making that money back, that $99 that you invested, and moving forward, knowing everything else is profit, I can tell you that your fire grows really fast with inside, and you're going to be hitting executive. Where's my little executive map? Executive and going on beyond that, and you will be so excited to share it because you're going to tell somebody like, I know how to teach you how to make your money right back. I know how to teach you how to make $100. I know how to teach you how to make $500. So that is the auto ship. Okay. So this is where you go. I'm going to save mine because I love it set to that. So don't let it scare you. It's there for a reason. And it's there to help you make money right off the bat. And I will tell you, people who are, I still hustle wraps. I hustle coffee like a boss. If you're wondering, wraps, if somebody's buying them for you, they're $25. Keto coffee, if you're doing that and you're giving out samples, you guys do not give your product away for free. I didn't even let my best friend try a wrap for free. And you know what? She didn't expect it for free. That's the thing. We don't roll up to the McDonald's drive-thru, and Lindsay doesn't expect to get whatever food she's getting free. You know, so do not give out your product for free. If they want samples of like keto coffee or whatever it is, you guys, I will do 5 samples for $20. I don't do one because I want people to pay attention to how different keto coffee makes them feel than their normal coffee. So usually if they've done it 5 days in a row, by the 3rd day, I'm getting the message that's like, okay, this stuff is like crack. Like, it's amazing. I feel so good. My mood's elevated. My energy is through the roof, that type of thing. And so then usually they'll come on and they'll buy. So just kind of some tips on those things. So utilize your auto ship. It is there as a tool for you to grow your business. And it is there as a tool for you to start getting to use the products yourself and share your own testimonies of how you feel using the products. You know, maybe you're doing weight loss or whatever it is, but you can share that. And I promise you, when you are the billboard for your business, people, because you're putting yourself out there and you're being vulnerable, they come to you and they are also being vulnerable saying, hey, Sarah, I want to work on this. You know, because I was out there saying like, hey, this is why I'm doing the greens or blah, blah, blah. So that is your auto ship. Okay. So that's where you can get that set up if you weren't able to. Settings, I'm just going to show you where you can put in your name so that it shows up on your website. So this is where I put mine. Okay. And then that it doesn't show my address on there or anything like this, but these are the things that it would show, and you can just do it right over here. If you want to, where's my picture? I think it's down here. Did they move it? Hold on. Here's my website. You can click on website. Okay. So here, if you forgot your name of your what you chose, which actually happens quite a bit, or they're like, hey, it's not bringing my thing up, and it's usually because it's wrong. If you need to verify, it's right here. This is what's on there, and then if you go down, this is a picture that you can download for yourself, whatever picture that you want on there, okay? And then the last thing I want to show you guys on here is your training academy. This is what I want you to do while you wait for your kit to come. This gave me, I did this the first night I signed up, and I will never forget it. I was like sitting there and I printed my things off, and then I put headphones on and I was in the bed and I seriously listened to all of these things. And I'm going to tell you, did I remember absolutely everything that was said to me in these videos? No. Are you going to remember everything I said tonight? Not a chance. However, it gives you enough information to get started, you guys. And that's like where people go wrong, is they wait and they wait and they wait. I don't know what they're waiting for. If it's this like magical confidence that they think is going to appear, or if they're waiting to know everything. I don't even know everything yet, so please do not wait for that, okay? But this right here, if you go through this, it's going to even go through some of the things that we talked about tonight, okay? But it gives you so many good tips. So I put little headphones in, and I sat in bed, and my husband was next to me, and I literally listened to all of these. And you can take little notes. If however you learn best, just do that, okay? So this is your eSuite. This is we get to see all of this. If you want to see loyal customers, as they sign up, I watched this like a hawk. You can go to reports, and then I did tree view, and it will show you your entire organization. It will show you all your loyal customers. It shows you what they order. If they've forgotten like their or like their number that they were given, it has this all on here, and you can click on all of this, okay? So this shows you so much stuff. This is like the brains to your business. So I just wanted to show you guys that. It's super useful. And you really can't do this business without it, especially if you plan on growing it. So the other thing I want to give you guys is, like I said, you can do all of this business from your phone. Mine's blowing up because this is where I work from. So here's the thing. These are the apps I want you to download. The It Works Wrap app, and it should just be in like your app store on your phone. The other one is the It Works Office. We have calls on Sunday night. We have the Sunday night family call, and on Mondays we have the Show Me the Money call. Show Me the Money call, they are usually highlighting leaders that are growing their business and or who have promoted or any of those types of things. So Mondays are actually one of my favorite things because it gives you a lot of different tips. And so if you're kind of like, I want some ideas, or maybe you're going to listen to a story and it really relates to where you're at. Like sometimes I have girls that are in really, really small towns, and they're doing this business, and then they just listen to somebody that says, hey, I'm in a town of 300 people and I built this business to presidential diamond, or they have this many people, and people are thinking, how the heck do they do that? And so just know, you guys, the things that sometimes you think to yourself that could stop you in this business, it only stops you if you allow it to. There are so many ways to do this business that really you can pretty much overcome any little barrier that you feel like is there. And that's one thing I hands down love, because this business does not discriminate. It does not care, man, woman, what age you are. It doesn't care what type of education you've had, what you've gone to school for. Really, all that matters is if you're willing to work hard and be consistent, and if you're teachable to learn these things. And so I always tell people it's amazing some of the stories that you will hear, or there's many days where you're going to be like, I have all this going on. Like, I don't have to, you'll think that you don't have time or whatever. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody else's story and you're like, oh, okay, yes, I do. If they do, so do I. So it's really humbling. And honestly, it's just crazy. It's so fun. So the It Works Wrap app, the It Works Office. And then the other one is if you are on your, I only really know how to tell you step by step if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, tell your sponsor. We'll get you the steps. I just don't know them by heart because I've always just done the iPhone. But if you go to your Safari, and this is just this is not an app. This is just a shortcut that you can get straight to your eSuite. And so what I just showed you, what I just shared on my screen, I want that on my phone because that's where I'm at and that's where I spend all day long. Okay, so if you go to your Safari and you type in www.itworksmobile.com, and then at the bottom, you'll see the little box that has the arrow. If you click on that and click or save to home screen, then it will pop it up so that you don't have to go to your website every time. You literally can just put your ID and your password in, and you can get straight to it, okay? So that way you don't have to go in and type in your website every single time. And then you guys, I just put them all in a little folder like this. Like all my stuff that I use and the It Works Wrap apps, I just put them all there. There's the Wrap app, there's the It Works Office. You will set up your It Works Pay as soon as you have money for them to deposit, and they will send you an email. Okay, they'll prompt you and you can set it up for direct deposit or whatever you want to do. And then I have my little office that is down, hold on, that's down here because I use it all the freaking time, all the time. Okay, so those are the apps that you would download. And then getting plugged in, right? So I told you about having your notifications on for the Rewire and Rap Stars, which is our team page. And then you guys, you want to follow our corporate team. They're amazing. They're active. They're constantly giving you tools. Pam does like podcasts that I literally listen to while I'm just doing my makeup. It takes 10 minutes. Instead of, not listening to anything or not filling yourself with stuff, self-development is going to be so, so big for you, keeping your mindset right. And so I will listen to that, keep it on. It's just on speaker while I'm getting ready. My kids, same thing with the Sunday and Monday calls. You guys, I'm not waiting for a time where I can go, hopefully you can still hear me, where I can go and like leave my family and hole up in this quiet room. I've never done that. And I purposefully don't do that because usually even if I'm on the phone with somebody that's maybe joining my team, it's not going to be quiet on their end either. And I don't want them to think that it has to be like that because that is not how we build this business. So I usually put the calls on speaker. My kids know Mark's voice by now, and they like think he's the best person ever. So just know, go follow Mark Pentecost. Lindsay, will you type these in there for people? Lindsay actually knows who he is now. She didn't know for a long time who was paying her paychecks. She just knew she was grateful, but we finally got her going. So Mark Pentecost is our CEO. Him and his wife, Cindy, are seriously amazing, amazing, amazing. Mike Patillo, and then Pam Souter. She is like our queen. So those three, you want to make sure that your notifications are on. If you see us pulling in information or you're like, how do they know that these announcements were just made? It's because we're plugged into those things or we're checking our emails. You'll get them on both. But usually they're going live or they're doing something on their page that notifies us like, hey, we have a flash sale, or hey, like this weekend we have a really big event down in Florida for Green Carpet. They are announcing new products. They're going to be announcing other things. So we will probably be blowing our team page up, but it's because we're following what they're doing there. Okay, so make sure that you have those. And then you guys, the last thing I want to teach you is what these steps are. Okay, so we talked about step one. You joined. Next month it's your auto ship, right? You know how to go into your e-suite. You know that the product that you get in your auto ship is meant for you to make wrap cash, right? Because you get it at discount and then you get to sell it at the retail price. And the difference is cash in your hand, okay? I loved Wrap Cash because it was that also taught me I was hardly touching our checking account. So as I was getting paid again at the hospital for my nursing job, I would realize that our balance was a lot higher than it ever used to be. And then I was like, wait a second, normally it was this. So I would sit and go put that money away. So if you're doing this along a full-time job, keep doing it. Like you will get ahead so much faster. And it made this business just so fun because all the wins just meant like, you guys, it's stuff that you would never get if you had never taken this chance, right? So step two is getting our loyal customers. So a loyal customer is somebody, our program is set up for 3 months, okay? It's not scary, but we also don't offer a quick fix. We are offering healthy plant-based products. And so I always tell people, whatever goal it is, it usually takes a few months to be using something or to be doing something to notice a difference, right? And the thing is with our program is they get our pricing. So they're saving like 40 to 50% off. And it's kind of like a little subscription box. Like you see people talk about the Ipsy. There's so many things. There's like that Fit Fab Fun box or whatever it is. That is kind of how it works, has it set up. But the awesome thing is for each month, there's not a minimum that they have to spend and they can switch whatever products they want. So if you are talking to somebody and they're like, okay, but I kind of want to, like I had a girl today. She's like, I don't sleep great. I have bad energy. I don't eat that great. And I'm talking to her about a few products. And then she's like, and I also want to try the hair, skin, and nails. And I'm like, this is why our customer program is so perfect because she literally is going to be able to try multiple products and she can switch that order up every single month. Okay, so it's 3 months, they get our pricing, and after the 3rd month, they can either keep ordering or they can just order whenever they please and always get the discount, okay? So it's helping people, whatever it is, listen and ask. Anytime somebody, if I post something, so say I posted about wraps, right? Our like signature product. If I posted about that and somebody comes to me and they're like, can you tell me about the wraps? I tell them about the wraps, but I also ask them every single time, what is your goal that you're trying to achieve? Okay? Because if I know that if they tell me weight loss, you guys, our wraps aren't for weight loss. So then I'm going to kind of retract them and be like, hey, this is what the wraps do. But if you're really truly wanting to lose 15 pounds, this is what I would suggest and why. Okay. And so I always say that every single time. And I promise you, if you ask them what their goal is, A, you'll usually sign them up, and B, they're going to be just happier with their products so that they're actually achieving what they want to achieve. And not just thinking like, hey, I had my eye on this product and I hope it does this, kind of thing. So your loyal customers, each month we try to get 4 customers. That's it, you guys, 4 customers. That's 1 customer a week, okay? When this is broken down, so your first 4 customers, if you just joined, your first 4 customers, as soon as you get them, I would tell you, get them as fast as you can. As soon as you get those, if you get them within the first 30 days, you are given $100 in a little shopping spree to pick on whatever products you want, okay? So that's another chance for you to either get products that you want for you, or for me, you guys, I got wraps because I could not keep them on hand because I was offering them, and people were paying me the $25 to try the wrap. They loved the wrap every time they tried it, and then I would sign up a customer, or I would sign up a distributor because they had the wrap on them. So use your tools that you have, like wrap people. If you can wrap people, wrap them. You don't even have to talk. They feel it working, and it does it all for you. Okay. So here's the thing. So you will get $100 in free product. You can either get products that you want, or you could get wraps, and you know that costs you $0. You go sell them, and that's like $150 profit. I did that, and I put that away, and it paid for my auto ship and the website the next month. And anything that I was coming in my commissions, it was all profit. Okay, so I'm telling you tonight exactly how to run this nice and tight and to be profiting your business. Okay, and then the nice thing is for every 2 customers you get, which this goes for infinity, this is not just within your first 30 days, but you get a wrap reward. And that means that you can either get a pack of wraps, which is 4 wraps in a pack, for $25 instead of the $59. So it's even further discounted. So it's 75% off. Or you can get a pack of 4 facials. And same thing, $25. And so you guys, if you go and you sell those wraps, or say somebody's like, hey, Lindsay, I'm going on a cruise, and I thought I was going to get in the gym, but I really didn't, which people say this a lot. And they're like, can I come and get a pack of wraps? And Lindsay's going to say like, well, you could just order it on the website. And what they're going to say is, no, I don't have time for that. Like, I need them now. So they're going to come get them from Lindsay, because she probably had some in an auto ship at some point, or maybe redeemed a wrap reward. And they're going to pay her $100, which is the retail price. And Lindsay just made $75. And she had also signed up these 2 customers, which is growing her commission check. Okay, you guys, so is this kind of starting to add up? So same thing, next 2 LCs, here now you earned your $100 product credit, plus you got another wrap reward. You go sell those wraps, $75. So 75, that's already $150. Okay, so that goes on forever. So loyal customers, the way that I got mine was by posting on Facebook. I posted about the wraps. I shared before and afters what the wraps did. I said, hey, I have 4 wraps coming. They are going to go fast. If you would like to claim one, they're $25 each so that you could try it out. Message me today. Urgency, simple, not a long post. And I would be coming to work and people were like, I want one. I want one. Okay, I'll save you for the next one. Like that type of thing. And like I said, as I put the wrap on people, they wanted to know, how do I get a full treatment? Or people would see I was wrapping other people, or they would see the cash exchange between us and they're like, can you really make money with this business? As soon as somebody asks, you guys, I'm instantly like, yes. And if you're thinking of doing that, I would tell you to do that, because you can earn it at further discount, plus you can earn free product. Okay. And then that brings us into step 3. Okay. So the other thing that you can do, you guys, for getting started with customers is go to those people that, like, if you were sick and they are those people that would bring you chicken noodle soup and say, hey, I think you would absolutely love, whatever products that you your friends, your family, things that your mom already uses. Like, why wouldn't you want to use something to help you out? Or that's plant-based and is a quality product, and just say, would you go check out my website? And if there's anything on there, I would love to give you a 40% off discount with our customer program. I would love you forever if you could do me that favor, and then maybe we have it on there, but you can even ask your sponsor. You can even have them host a post for you and you would give them what to post and they could go do that on their page and share it. So you guys, there's so many different ways to be doing this, and those things you're going to learn. But think of your chicken noodle soup list. Think of your closest friends. Think of family that would probably do you a favor, and start posting, because you'll have, like, I think my first 4 were 2 of my good friends, and the other ones were actually employees that I worked with. They were like, I want all of that. And they were obsessed with the defining gel. So that is how I got my 4. And then step 3 is going Ruby. So Ruby, I showed you, looks like this right here. And that's an average of $500 a month. So this was my ultimate goal when I started. I'd still be so happy with that, just so you know, because I just can't even believe it. So anyway, so this is Ruby. So each month we try to either build a Ruby or sign 3 distributors. And then what Ruby is you have 3 teammates, and one of your teammates has 2 teammates. Okay. Super awesome thing is this unlocks a second way to get paid outside of your commission check. Okay. So as you have people that are wanting to join, so right now, you guys, which if you just joined, you probably just got a smoking deal and you got a Fit 15 pack in your starter kit, which is just freaking crazy. I can't even handle that. I'm so excited for you if you got that. If you didn't, that's okay. I didn't either, and I'm still here kicking and whooping butt. So, but the other thing is that, look at, I just kind of got sidetracked. Anyways, as you go and you sign people up, you also are eligible right now for that $5,000 Emerald bonus by the end of September. I want you to go for that. Those bonuses, I'm here to tell you, there were bonuses offered. I did not even think they were possible. I was like, oh, it's probably this like cherry they dangle in front of people and no one gets it. It wasn't even on my radar. However, I was doing this. I was teaching those that I signed up to do this. And all of a sudden, before I knew it, I was where I was supposed to be for a $10,000 bonus. And I was like, I'm running for it. Like, I'm scared. I'm sweating. I'm pitting out. I can't even believe this is even real, but I'm going to go for it. And then when it showed up on my check, I'm like, you guys, I was like, at this time, I think we had like 20 some people on our team. And I'm like, you are all going for that freaking bonus, because I can't even believe that just happened. It legit showed up on my check. I would never be offered that as a nurse at a hospital. It's just not what they offer. They'll offer you double time, but they are not like, hey, if you work hard, here's a $10,000 paycheck, or a $10,000 bonus. So that $5,000 bonus, it is there for you to grab, and they pay them out. Okay, so we're here to tell you that. Lindsay will tell you that. Lindsay didn't even want direct deposit because she thought, she wasn't sure if people paid, but they do. So, so this is the awesome thing. So as you go and you work for those 3 people, for your first people, go to your dream team, go to your best friends. Like I told Lindsay, I was like, dude, I'm doing this either with or without you. So if I'm going to make $500 extra, I mean, I would love to help you also do that. And her first thing was, she was like, I don't want 500, I want 300. And that would pay for my ticket to go see my family if I wanted to go see them every single month. So people give a certain amount of that monthly amount on our income chart. They give it a value. I want you to do the exact same thing. $500 to me, you guys, I picked $500 because that is a shift at the hospital. So again, remember how I told you I just made the decision once I was a mom, I'm not working extra anymore. I'll work full time, but I'm not going to work extra. And so I got to do this instead on the side with a baby in my hand, phone in my hand, whatever it was. And it's been the biggest blessing ever. So you are signing them up. We're going to teach them exactly this. As soon as your new teammate, as soon as Lindsay got 2 customers, I got a $100 bonus. Those get paid out on Fridays. So you have to think, if you're doing this and you're adding 3 every single month and you're teaching this, that's $100, $100, $100. Okay. So that's $300. So your auto ship, clearly paid for. You are already profiting. Plus you had $150 in wrap cash if you're maximizing your earnings. Plus you are also getting a monthly commission check on what your customers who have gone to your website and signed up are ordering as well. You guys, the business is simple. You just have to put in the work, and you have to be willing to learn kind of how to navigate and put it out there so that people can come and get the products and help hit their goals that they're looking for, or their financial goals, or whatever it is. Do not overcomplicate it. I want to tell you that your story Your excitement means more to people than any cold facts that you could rattle off about any single product, okay? So that is what I want to tell you more than anything tonight. But this is our 3 steps broken down. We literally just went over that in very little time, okay? So this is all that you would follow, and this is what we try to do every single month, and this is what we're going to teach our team to do, because if they're doing that, they're profiting, they're winning, they're getting closer to whatever that monthly goal is. So you guys, when you're adding people, I want you to ask them like, why were you looking for some extra income? Like, what is your goal? Maybe they're trying to pay off student loans. Maybe they're saving for a house. Maybe they're wanting to pay for their wedding. Maybe I would have died to have something like this. I mean, It Works was here. I just didn't know about it. But I would have died. There are so many college students that are doing this. I would have died for that. Like, to be able to work from my phone outside of nursing school instead of like working at a restaurant, closing it down till 2 o'clock in the morning and then being at clinicals at 6. Like, I've watched so many people like pay for their school in full. So, and it eventually did pay for my school, but it just not at the time. So anyways, this is our steps. And so this is what I want us to work on. I want you to work on getting started. I want you to go into your eSuite like we talked about, print these things off, and and as you print them off and you see them in front of you, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, remember when Sarah said that to me? Or I'm gonna put the recording on and you can go back and listen, and you can jot down notes on your little steps to success sheet and keep this for yourself, and then start filling in your other one. I literally fill this in every single month because it also helps me keep organized for my customers and all that kind of stuff. So I do that every single time. Lindsay, do you have anything extra that you want to add? I haven't even been looking at the chat. Or was there a question in there or any questions in there that you're like, hey, just address it as a whole?
Yeah, so Morgan has a really good question about maintaining rank. She's wondering about, like, you know, if she hits Ruby this month and then next month she doesn't sign 3DTs, like how does she maintain that? And I just kind of filled in about like keep doing your steps to success and teaching everybody that you sign to do that. But can you touch on that?
Yes. So you guys, we do maintain rank. You have to maintain rank. I mean, you don't have to, but obviously you want to, right? And so how you do that, so say on here, like your first month, if you're going Ruby, see how you have that volume under here? So 400 in volume, that's a qualified leg. So I'm just going to give you an example. So say I had Lindsay here, and then my friend Danielle was here, and somebody else was here. If all of these had over 400 in sales, and that volume is coming from customers and products that they're ordering, right? Because each product has a bonus volume assigned to it, which, remember, you guys, is on this list, right? That I told you to print off. So as people order, this starts adding up, and you get to 400 or higher. Your goal is that, okay? Because that's a qualified leg. Say Lindsay was like at 300 something. I wouldn't be able to promote to Ruby until she's higher than that. So I'm going to help her, right? We're going to help give some ideas. I could help maybe with some messaging, follow-ups, like all those types of things. And then, so say I promote to Ruby, because then we get Lindsay to 400 and then it's all good, right? The next month, the thing is starting from Ruby all the way up. So Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Double Diamond, Triple Diamond, all the ranks all the way up. Once you hit it the first time with your map and how it's supposed to look, after that, you can also like maintain, not necessarily by 400 boxes or people all having 400, but by an actual like total volume. So you could have 4,000 in volume and you would maintain your Ruby rank back, okay? And I think as you dive into some of those things, you guys, it starts making more and more sense. So like now as an ambassador, it's not that I have to have volume in all those specific spots like an ambassador map would look. It's that as a whole, our team is doing this certain amount of volume every single month. And when it hits that, it goes right back to ambassador rank, right? So Morgan, you're going to see as your volume comes through and as people's orders are coming through, right? Because their order is going to run the second time for their second order on the same date that they signed up the first time. And as that volume starts coming through, eSuite is going to track it. It's going to be like, okay, Morgan, you're executive now. And now as you keep continuing, you'll see that your volume goes to where if it's over 4,000, it will say Ruby rank. Okay, so it kind of tracks it. So again, you guys, watch your e-suite, watch what's going on. You want to be communicating with your team. You want to be communicating with your sponsors. So I always say to my team, I'm like, tell them when you sign up a customer, tell them maybe you need help, or say like, what do I say next? You know, she wants to sign up. How do I tell her to do that? The more you see it, the more that you're going to be like, okay, I know how to do that. And second of all, I want to know what my teammates are doing, because I could say, give them advice to be like, hey, do this or that with a certain customer or whatever it is that we're doing to build. And I don't want them ever to miss anything. I don't want them to miss fast start bonuses. I don't want them to miss, you know, a certain placement of anything if it meant them getting $1,000 bonus or anything like that. So make sure you are communicating. Like, celebrate every single win. I am still to this day, like, I just helped a loyal customer today and she's so pumped. And I still get just as excited. Like, I'm not immune to any of it. I still love it just like I did before, because I'm like, honestly, I've actually never been healthier in my life since using these products. So this is 34 years old, healthiest I've ever been. And I'm kind of proud of that. Kind of proud of that, because I feel like my laundry list of what I have on my plate is a lot longer than it used to be when I was 20 some years old. So I will say I really like love our products. But does that kind of help out?
Yeah, that helps out. And then I just want to say, like, don't feel bad about not understanding that mapping right away, because I think I went to Sarah. I mean, I didn't really fully understand mapping until like diamond, double diamond. And I still, even when I went Prez, I went over to her house and had help mapping. So don't feel bad that
No.
it's something. It's just, you got to communicate and ask for some help.
Yes. And you guys, it starts making more sense as like you start breaking it down. Or like, I'll even, for my team, like I have maps for my girls, right? So Lindsay we live by each other, like not very far from each other. So really she could bring her map over and I'm like, okay, this is what it is. But you start working together, you start knowing what people are doing because you're celebrating things together, you're guiding them. And that's the thing. I feel I signed up people into this business because they wanted to make extra money before I knew even how to map to Ruby. But you know what? They asked questions that I never would have thought to ask, and it pushes you to learn this stuff. And you have somebody else that's above you and above them and whoever, like we're never not going to be able to answer your question. And I can promise you that. So that's pretty freaking awesome. So that's the nice thing. And you don't have to know all of it. But however, as you break it down and you start filling this in, it makes a lot more sense. Okay. And it actually allows you, when you're mapping like that, it allows you to understand the business really, really well. Okay, so that's why I always tell you, like, these are just such an awesome tool. And even for mine, I will map people and I send them just little videos. And I'm like, okay, this is what I got. This is where your volumes are at. This is how I got that. This is where I got it from. It's like a 2-minute video, but it's nice because then they can go copy it and have their own copy. And then they start understanding, okay, this is exactly what I need, or I need this much more. You know, let me go help 3 more customers and I'm going to earn $1,000 bonus. You know, so it's so fun, you guys. So fun. So that was a really good question. Was there any other ones, or were we good over there?
No, we're pretty good over there.
Yay!
Had some people sharing like their first messages and, like just saying that you don't really want to copy and paste somebody's, direct message that's working for them, but add your personality into that. So people know that it's coming from you. You know, people can tell that if you just copy and paste something. So don't do that, and don't send mass.
No, oh my God, that's actually that is such a good.
Yeah, I did that.
And then I almost had a heart attack. I was like, don't do that. Take the time to send individual. Take the time to send individual messages, you guys. It means a lot more. It's a lot more personable. Do not put people in a mass message and say, hey, reach out. No one's going to reach out. That was the other thing I wanted to tell you guys. I totally forgot. So we talked about posting, and that's just super easy. It's something you have control. You can do it right away tonight. The other thing, you guys, is get a party. And you're going to, like, some of you might be dying, but it doesn't even, it can be an online party. It can be a Facebook party. Your sponsor will help you do that. Or it could be a party in person. Like, it doesn't matter, but I will tell you, I was mortified to do an in-person party. So all the way to Double Diamond, I used social media to put the word out there, and then I wrapped people. I did like individual wrap appointments. Lindsay will tell you, you guys, my neighbors probably thought I was a drug dealer from how many cars left my house for a 3-minute wrap appointment and came back and there's like, money being exchanged.
Every half hour, I think there was like 3 new cars in the driveway, and I was just like the door person letting them in.
Oh, you guys, it's so fun. But so I was really scared to do a party, and it's not because I'm even a shy person. I was just super intimidated to do one. But I did wrap appointments, and I did that all the way to Double Diamond. And then I had this girl ask me, do you do parties? And I'm like, I wanted to say no. I wanted to be like, no, I don't. But I was like, yeah, I could do one. And honestly, you guys, for anything, even like a Zoom like this, at some point you just rip the Band-Aid off. And I remember I probably sweat through an entire It Works shirt at this party. But you know what I learned is that I went there were 6 people there. I signed 2 distributors and the other 4 became customers. So what does that do, you guys? I signed 4 customers and 2 distributors. Like in less than 2 hours, I almost had my entire steps to success done. So like I'm telling you, use your products, let people smell them, let them taste test them, let them, pay a retail for samples or whatever it is, because they literally sell themselves. And so if you can do that, but set up a party. Seriously, your sponsor will be so happy to help you do that in whatever way that you can. And say you're like, I want to do an in-person one so I can sell those wraps. And I know like I have girls that would love to do those, then do it. You can zoom them in like this, or they can be on standby. You can watch YouTube videos in your eSuite. There's that training video. But eventually you're going to end up doing it. So it doesn't matter at what point. If you wait a year, you're still going to be just as nervous as if you just went through a wrap party your first 2 weeks in. So the more you do some of those things and the more uncomfortable you get, you're just going to start learning. Like I just learned, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm right where I need to be. And that's where you're going to grow the most, So do that, get that on the calendar. And that can help you too with getting in that volume and starting to complete your steps to success and getting some of those wins in there. So hopefully you guys, this was helpful. I know it's a lot of information. I'm going to put the recording up back on rewiring tonight. So if you sign anybody up, you can easily just go tag them. They can watch the YouTube video, and you can even tell them as their sponsor, you can tell them like, hey, go print these things out first. And then as she's talking and explaining some of this, you can jot your notes down like on your little steps to success if you want to. Okay. But just don't.
One more thing.
Yes.
Because I didn't have full on confidence when I started this business, and I didn't know I was going to even make $1. And that's the honest truth. But I knew that I had a good network of people that were going to be better at this business than I personally was going to be. And you guys, it doesn't take very many people in your network to make you a good check and to hit your goal. And so I look at it like, I asked Jenny Bottolato is one of our great friends. And I asked her, I think, I joke, it was like 75 times, but honestly, I think it was around like 12 times. And she was one that gave me a no way every time. And she finally signed, and her network of people has grown my business an insane amount. And it's well over the $300 a month. And so don't give up on the no's, like just switch up what you're saying to them, how you're asking them, your excitement, just let them watch you. And eventually, like every single person you run into, I think is worth 1,000 people in their network. Cause I think the average person has probably like 1,000 people on their Facebook. So don't discredit people. And even if they say no, like keep on.
And the truth is, you guys, people will think of an excuse, and it's not because they don't want to join your team. It's because they just don't see what they have. They don't see that they can actually do some of those things. So honestly, you guys, I always tell people, like if somebody's like, I don't know, I'm just worried that I don't have enough time. And I'm like, okay, but if you had all the time in the world, would you want to do this? So like ask them those things. Okay, but if your husband was on board, would you want to do this? Because those things can be overcome. And obviously, even if somebody's like, or, if they don't have the money to do it, it's like, if you don't have $99 to try to invest and make your money back right away and those types of things, then honestly, I always tell people, like, I want them more than anything to do this. I want them to, next time that they need to spend $99 on something, that they can say, yeah, I have that. Like, I do not have to worry about that, So just know, sometimes people are going to say certain things and that's not because they want to say no. It's usually something they're fearful of. And so, I always tell people, I did not join this business fearless. I did not start my business fearless. And so I'm like, you're a human. Like, you should have some fears, right? You're trying something brand new. Guess what, you guys? When I walked into that hospital, even though I just took 4 years of school to do exactly what I was going to do as a nurse, I was sweating. I was so nervous every single time for freaking 12 hours straight. And it took me 2 years to finally walk into that hospital and be like, holy crap, I have pretty much seen everything and anything. Like, I can handle whatever's thrown at me today. 2 freaking years. But I remember driving in every day with my best friend. We were from these little towns and started these jobs in this big city in Phoenix. And we were like, okay, as long as we don't hurt anybody today and we have each other's backs, if things start going down, like, we were mortified. And so, you guys, like, I tell people that, think of when you start a new job, you're a little bit nervous, right? The thing is you are going to feel like you have a lot more support here than you probably have at any job. Like, that was something that really stood out to me, was like the camaraderie, the positivity, the positive mindsets. Those things just brought so much life to my everyday that it didn't matter how busy I was. I wanted to work my business. And if your goal means something to you, you guys, like, you won't want an excuse to not work your business. And I didn't want that. I wanted to, you know what, even if I started making that 500, I was like, gosh, even if I could be part-time, like, what an awesome balance between loving what I'm doing and being a mom. And here I am, and I get to be home full time with my boys, and had for a long time because of this. So, like I said, start small, celebrate every little single win amongst this, have this be your goal, but seriously, start believing big now, because, like, you are holding the pen to your story and you can make it whatever you want. So this is just the beginning. This Zoom right here is just the starting of it. And then from there, we will do other things for how do you go Ruby, Emerald, those types of things. And so you guys can stay tuned to those. But just start here, and who knows, see how much you can get done on your steps to success before your kit even hits your hands. So thank you for tuning in tonight, you guys. I will get the recording up after this. And if you have even questions on there, go ahead and you can post them even on that thread that we had going. So I'm so excited for you guys. I'm so excited. I'm going to